Welcome traders to February 14th, 2012 recap from tradingprobability.com, little Valentine's Day edition. We're going to go through our day today, talk about our setups, our reports, kind of the reasons we entered our trades, and go through there. So we'll start off with our gap trade. We started off this morning, and we didn't see any reason to fade this gap. We had a good win rate. You can see we have a 70% fill rate, 70% win rate, but this profit factor 0.32 wasn't very good. So we were gapping down. I think it was right around three or four handles maybe. But we saw the profit factor. We saw 70% time frames lower the first 30 minutes. We saw 50% -6 off the open first move, 8 handles, 50%. We saw -4 good win rate, pretty poor ratio, and we saw +4 as a good fade. So we're basically looking to go with weakness, fade strength initially, but we saw too much bearishness in the first hour to take this gap trade. So we ended up passing. We said that we were going to be basically kind of watching to see how this market balanced out, but we didn't like the gap. It was also kind of teetering around the edge of the value area low, and so it just edge-wise just wasn't the best location, and so we passed. And we'll go here and look at sort of the initial action. So we had news announcement, retail sales or something, but we came down here. Let's see, 6:30. Here's the open. All right, we opened up again, another light chop. It wasn't a very big range, and basically we kind of stayed within 4 handles of the open for about the first hour and a half. We formed the initial balance here after this small balance again. Let's look at what the report showed. Basically, as we're kind of getting towards that initial balance, the market was oversold. We didn't have a clear edge on where the break was going to be. We had a 61% for the highs, 76% for the lows. But basically what we saw good win rates on the low breakouts, poor win rates on the high breakouts. So we're looking to go with weakness, fade strength. So we kind of went in today kind of flipping up our outlook a little bit. Most of the time the last couple of weeks we've been looking to fade weakness, go with strength. And so we're kind of getting on point today that we might be able to get some shorts off today. And so basically, no opportunity for us there. That's kind of how it is with the small balances. So here's the initial bounce low right there. You see we're kind of trending along this Keltner right there. So we're thinking about maybe buy stopping just to get a trade back in the middle. But again, the location, the energy, it just wasn't anything opportunity-wise that we want to get long in here. The break came right here. You can see the break. We had total up volume right there and a pretty good reversal bar. So you basically break the lows, no energy, no selling pressure. We get some up volume, and we're getting a little bit of action here overnight. We got our overnight charts. We just got a big spike up here to, looks like 57. So probably some type of news event going on. Looks like we're almost getting a +10 overnight. Very interesting bar here. If we traded overnight, we might even look for an opportunity here. But anyways, back to the trade here. We broke lower, thought about buy stopping this candle. This one didn't tick higher. We just didn't see the whole opportunity. But once that report came out, let's go to the low break. We kind of had another flip. So we're going in, going with weakness, fading strength, and now we get the break in. We don't see a whole lot of strong conviction for our either a fade or go with. It's basically right in the middle, no edge. We saw that the highs had a pretty good chance to hold 35%, and then we had an edge at 1338.5. We had edge 36, 36.5. So we basically had a target on shorts from 38 to 36. And so as we hit that initial bounce, we were oversold. Most likely the market was gonna bounce, kind of rebalance itself. and so we were looking to get short, kind of in the middle of the range, a little go with trade with a stop at new highs. So we went in short, looking to stop a 46 area. We ended up going on TF, the Russell. It had a little bit stronger of a balance, or a little bit stronger structure off the highs, and so we looked to short there and got in, and we squawked about it here real time for you guys to go back and take a look, a little bit better view of our process. But again, we were looking for that 38.5. We were oversold just barely. I think we ticked one tick lower, ran up, and then we saw here 40% chance trades back to the open, 45, 50. We didn't really think it'd get back up there, but it did. I think it got up to 46, 46 and a quarter before reversing. But anyways, market came back up right around here. Got a couple nice little reversals up there, and we got in short on the Russell, and basically we're trying to target down here. Russell didn't get as weak in the close as the ES did, but it was still a pretty nice win. We basically kind of took a rotation trade to about right here. You know, going in short in this market, we're still a little bit worried, and you can see the down volume kind of drying up. So once you get into balance, you don't get a whole lot of edge one way or the other. You know, market could have just as easily reversed off this doji here, rocketed to new highs. So we took off a little bit here. I think there was a minus 1,000 tick somewhere in here. We took a little bit off, and then on one of these bars we had a trailing stop and got ran out. So we ended up we got stopped for a +1 handle. We trailed our stop down. We exited at 2 handles, 3 handles, and 5 handles on the TF today. And so overall blend is, you know, ES equivalent was about 5.5 handles. So we you know, kept pace with everything today, and was definitely a good day for us overall. Towards the end of the day, you know, we went in after this report. We'll go back to this report here. We were looking for longs around the 39 area down there. We got it. We thought about buy stopping this candle here. We just didn't like the location. Thought we'd get a little bit lower low. We got one tick lower and had this weird setup right here in this candle. You know, we got the -10 right here, first -10 of the day. Basically the whole gist of the market, buying those -10s, holding until the end of the day. We got the -10 here, you know, outside of the Keltner, and we just had this. We were going to buy stop this candle. We got this little weird mid-range candle, didn't really know what to do with it, and so we just basically kind of got shaken off this trade. Watched this monster short covering into close, but you know, I ended up the day very nicely. So you know, you can't beat yourself up over that one. The setup was there. We were on the hunt for the long. Just didn't work out. But you know, overall pretty good day. So looking at tomorrow, you know, a lot of these low standard, you know, this was basically a greater than 2 standard deviation event, and so a lot of times you don't know if that's just emotional, news related, or what. So we kind of have to watch to see what the gap's going to be tomorrow, and if today's overnight action is any indication, you know, it's probably going to be meaningful. More new highs are coming in, but the overall outlook for tomorrow, it's looking like we're going to be fading balances. And again, you know, it's hard to tell just based on yesterday's action. You know, the more data we can get on the current day's action, you know, the better it's going to be. So once that gap report comes out tomorrow morning, it's going to give us a little bit better edge. But you can see a lot of fading going on. 90% rotates back after the initial balance breaks. We got a little bit of an edge to close up, edge to break the highs, and most likely we're going to close below. So again, this is just all based on this candle setup for the day. A lot's going to change in the morning. You can see poor gaps. All right, another probably not look to fade the gap tomorrow. We actually see some bullishness in the first hour, 60% time frame higher. The 4-handle bias looks like going with maybe a -4. Upside one's a little bit skewed, but again, looking like most likely we'll hit 49.25 on the upside, the TP targets, but we'll probably close below. So this is kind of showing we're going to get some strength, look to fade it. Just kind of more rotational trade. So it's going to be real interesting to see what happens overnight. You know, we got basically you can see the spike right here up here on a looks like about a plus 9,000 bars. So going to be interesting either way. It's going to be fun, and we'll be there for you. Here's our just market tracks for the day. You know, it looked like we're going to be kind of following this lower channel here. I think right around end of the day, right around 3:30, I think we were hitting that 37.75.38. So it looked like we're going to kind of end up closing up around here, but we popped up and closed up in this upper channel. So just a crazy little pop. But that was our tracks for the day. And these are again kind of the max range of our sample size. Just kind of like what could that crazy day end up being. And so we keep those in track, but these are kind of the main areas to look for. So anyways, good job today, traders. Hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow, and good luck.